We're going to go ahead and do a test burn, and then we'll let you know what it does. So just hang tight.
Copy that.
We are at the Hammond Research Station, which is part of the LSU Ag Center. We are here today for a prescribed burner certification workshop. This is people who want to burn the woods. And so we have wildfires, which are bad, but we also have prescribed burns, which are good and prevent wildfires from happening.
Gloves, hard hat, no mix shirt, or cotton shirt.
A prescribed burn is a control burn. If you look at what's going on secondary, for instance, Hurricane Laura, we have over 750,000 acres that were devastated by the storm. We have 20 million tons of fuel, timber, debris on the ground. What a prescribed burn does is in a controlled environment, when the weather conditions are right, when the moisture conditions are right, when the wind is low, that we burn the forest to eliminate the unneeded and unnecessary fuel. And we do this so that we don't get a wildfire that can be at the wrong time when it's too dry and can burn out of control. The proper use of fire is a very good tool to prevent what we call wildland and out of control forest fires.
The temperature hits 75 degrees. When we burn, there are certain weather conditions that we want to make sure that we have. We don't want it too dry, we don't want it too wet, and what are these kind of conditions? This is the education that we're doing here, is to make sure the prescribed burners know what those conditions are. They know what their smoke is doing, they know where their smoke is going to go, and they know the right weather conditions that we can get the smoke up and away so that we're not causing problems.
There are people that do this for a living, and what we recommend is that you don't burn the forest on your own unless you are a certified prescribed burner, because once you light that match, right, you've got to be in control, of the fire. But if done properly, it is very, very beneficial to the forest and to the environment.
And we're going to have a lot of problems post-hurricane. First of all, the trees are like pickup sticks, coming down. So that is very, very difficult to log. Our logging machinery is made for trees that are standing up straight, not for trees that are halfway laying down. So loggers are inefficient. The mills are overwhelmed. The sawmills and the plywood mills are totally overwhelmed now with salvage wood so at best we can only salvage 10% of the timber that comes down. What happens to the other 90%? Well, it has to come down and we have to do something with it. Particularly urban and suburban areas, a lot of that ends up in this huge landfill where hopefully they have an opportunity to burn it and bring it down. We have the potential for bugs and diseases coming into our trees because with the wind, even the trees that survive, they've been doing this moving motion the whole time during the storm. And so that tears up the inside of the tree and it tears up the roots. When it tears up the roots, the trees don't uptake water like they should. When they don't uptake water, they cannot fight off the bugs like bark beetle bugs, Ips beetles especially, and southern pine beetles. They burrow through the bark, make little tiny chambers, and the way the tree fights that is it fills those chambers with sap so that the bugs can't crawl through those chambers. So what I'm expecting next year in these hurricane hit areas, we're going to see more bark beetles in the pine trees and more dead pine trees from bark beetles. The good news is that trees grow a lot faster than we probably realize. And so we can do our site preparation, we call it, and we can plant new trees. Louisiana plants 110 million trees every year as it is. Industry plants a tremendous amount of trees. And so we have the nurseries in place and we have the contractors in place that can do the tree planting and renew all this forest. And life sort of starts over in that. The forest as a life will start over.